Do you remember the
I do.
21st night of November? That's
November.
what we're
Oh
doing
my God.
today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is November. It is time. But first, off the top, we have to address the elephant in the room. I Last episode was only half an episode. Duncan explained at the end that half the episode got deleted. He was very kind about it. It was 100% my fault. And
I don't know that for sure.
tangent time, but I hadn't updated my computer in 2 years. Just because I never got to it. So the thing was acting
For
slow. It
two
was acting all,
years.
and then well, it was a storage thing. And one day it was like, hey, you can update it right now if you want to. Your storage is somehow fine. So I jumped on that sucker. This was in the middle of the work day. I had to shut down my whole computer for an hour, and I had other stuff to do. It's okay. It
That's
all worked out.
funny.
But the computer updated. Um, but when it came back, the files were gone.
Long story
And
short, it's the computer's fault.
yes, technology. But it's
Speaking of
okay.
technology, we're going to use our technology to talk about November of 2022.
November, Duncan. I watched so many things in the month of November.
I got nine.
Well, I'm going to go first. I'm not even going to count. That's how long the list is.
Oh,
Um,
God. I don't like
I'm going
hearing
to get
that.
us started with, you know what? I'm going to start with some things that, we're just going to get them out of the way.
Okay.
We're going to start the podcast strong with stuff
Welcome
I
to the
didn't really
show,
like.
everybody. Welcome to the show,
Um,
everybody. Let's do it.
I watched the highly anticipated sequel. At least it was for me. It was a Disney Plus exclusive. It dropped. I was excited. This is the sequel to the Disney film Enchanted. This one was called Disenchanted, and it really earns the title Disenchanted. I'll give it
Oh
that.
no.
It wasn't bad, but it was just bland. They lost the magic of what made the first one so great. It didn't
That is
have that,
always unfortunate when that
and it
happens.
was just like it felt like a quota they had to fill. And they filled it, they did it, they made their money. But you know what? Disney Plus, my fingers are crossed because there's something else this month that I watched on you.
Hmm.
And I loved it, and I'm going to talk about it
Were
later.
you just talking to Disney Plus as if
I
it was
was just
listening?
talking to the actual Disney Plus, like it was listening.
Hell of a time to take a water break.
Yeah, I know that was an awkward pause.
Go again.
I watched the I don't know if it was David Cronenberg or his son did it, but I watched the new movie Crimes of the Future, and a lot of people love this movie.
Ooh,
I didn't get it. And that's not to say it's bad, because a lot of people again like this movie. I just think
sure.
it's probably just above me. Or yes, it's above me. I'm not
He's
smart
into some
enough for.
confusing stuff, very conceptual
Yeah,
body stuff.
yeah. There was definitely a lot of body horror
I heard there
aspects
was a
to it.
man made of ears.
Yes,
Ugh, count
some
me
good
out.
commentary about like people wanting to improve themselves and insecurity and all that.
I
But
wish I had so many more ears to cover up all of this
yeah,
face. I hear it.
because Duncan, it represented that they wanted to be heard.
I don't even need to watch the movie. That was
I just
brilliant. That was
cracked it
great.
open. I
Fuck
just
you,
cracked it
Cronenberg.
open. No, don't do that. I like Cronenberg. Next movie, I watched. I don't know why. I'm a grown man. It was a Friday night, and I said I want to watch a gooey romantic film all by myself. And I
Oh,
watched the movie The Age of Adeline, which I have owned for almost 10 years. I don't even think the movie's that
wow.
old, but we'll say 10 years just for poops and giggles. And I've never watched it, so I said, you know what? I paid the money. I should watch it. So I watched it. What a weird movie this one is.
Really?
Essentially, there's this woman named Adeline, and she's struck by lightning, so she can't age, and she falls in love with this man, and she uh, she goes to, I guess, spoiler alert for The Age of Adeline. She goes to her house and meets the parents, and she meets the dad, who was Harrison Ford, but it turns out that Harrison Ford used to be in love with Adeline all those years ago, and he might still love her even though she's now with his son. And this movie's not the best. It's
You had me with the lightning, but you lost me with the same relation family
yeah, you
thing.
know, it was a little awkward, and Harrison Ford is clearly still in love with this woman. Um, what else is there to say, Duncan?
Well,
I've
I'll
got
tell
pretty much all bangers from here on out. Did you have
ooh.
something to say about the Age of Adeline? Did you
No,
want
I
to
was
chime
gonna
in?
go. I was gonna start.
Not yet, Duncan, not yet. Okay,
Okay,
you're gonna have to
sorry.
wait your turn. Okay. Um, I watched a movie that I haven't seen in a while. Again, I just want to get some stuff off the top. I just want
No,
to.
of course, of course.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 left. So, like, I just want to,
I hear you.
the Peanuts movie, the most recent one. This movie slaps. It's so good. You don't know. This movie will make you believe in the power of Jesus Christ. That's what this movie will do. It's so good. I love it. And the animation in this film is phenomenal. The kid from Stranger Things, Will, he plays Linus, I believe, in this movie.
I don't
Um,
see that, but okay.
I I saw this movie with a bunch of my friends. We were high schoolers, and we went to a sold out Friday night showing of this movie. And we were the only, it was all little kids, and we were the only teenagers.
Of
And
course.
I don't think the kids really appreciated it.
So hold on. This was a rewatch?
Yeah,
Why don't you go
I've
ahead
seen
your
this movie
next
like 5 times. It's great. I think it's on Disney Plus.
you're a five-timer on the Peanuts movie?
I love the Peanuts movie, Duncan.
I don't doubt it,
What
but
are you trying
like
to say? What are you trying to say? You're trying to say something.
no, 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 no. I got nothing against the Peanuts.
I think you do.
No, no, no. I just, five times is a lot for one movie.
Yeah, but it's the Peanuts movie. I feel like you should watch the Peanuts movie. I think it would change your outlook on life. I feel like you'd just be a happier person.
You think I need some peanuts in my life?
I think America needs peanuts in their life.
More peanuts for everyone. Yeah, I agree.
I Oh my gosh, I love the peanuts. Ever since I was a young boy, my mom made me a peanuts pillowcase, and yeah, I love the peanuts.
That's so cute. You're a Peanuts family.
Yeah, I am.
What's funny?
Peanuts family. I don't know. Duncan, what did you watch?
Oh boy. Hey everyone, I'm in the podcast too. I watched The Patient, which is a TV
You're
show.
being very quiet.
No, I'm not.
You're being very like, hi everybody, welcome to the Mr. Movies podcast.
I'm not whispering. Oh my God, you're making me self-conscious now. I watched The Patient.
I also watched The Patient. The FX show, yes,
Dude,
Donald
yeah.
Gleason. Dude, how good was The Patient?
Oh my God. For those of you who don't know, imagine a therapist chained to a bed in a basement of a serial killer who wants the therapist to cure him.
Of being a serial killer.
That's the premise.
The whole
That's all you
series is a
need.
bottle episode. Like the whole thing takes place in a basement. They have some flashbacks and stuff, but man, this
Good.
show knows how to build tension.
A plus from me.
It's
Absolutely.
so good.
The
It
ending
is.
haunts me. I hate it.
Oh, I think Donald Gleason. I
Hmm.
wish we got more of him when he was in Star Wars. I love
Me
Donald
too.
Gleason. I want to recommend a movie with Donald Gleason. It's called Frank. Get it?
Hmm.
But it's about it's a good movie. It's a little indie film, and I really like it. But The Patient is great. It's shot well. Oh my god, it builds tension so well. Steve Carell's character. It's all about character and
All
tension,
about
and
character.
It's so good. It's so
Very, very good.
watch the
Highly
kid.
recommend it.
Um, well, November was near Christmas.
That's no excuse for whatever you're about to say.
So well, do I want to get into the whole backstory of this? I think I do. I'm a Steven Spielberg fanboy. Okay.
We know this.
Yes. And I wanted to see Steven Spielberg's new movie, very much called The Fablemans. Um, and so I'm also a Regal boy. Regal Unlimited. I'm at Regal every weekend. I love me some Regal.
The
Um,
theater.
the theater.
You have to clarify.
Do I? What's the other?
Saying I'm a regal boy is a little.
I got.
Anyway, continue.
Regal sponsor us.
Oh yeah, we'd
Um,
love that.
So Regal does a Monday mystery movie every once in a while, and they'll give you the runtime and the rating of the film. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see that the upcoming movie is PG-13 and it has a runtime of 2 hours and 32 minutes. Boom. The thingies in your brain that go off, they went off.
Neurons,
I think synapses. Is that
neurons, synapse. I don't know.
neurons? Shit was happening. And I immediately knew my boy Stevie Steve's got a 2 hour and 32-minute movie. And it's
The Fable
PG-13.
Boys.
Immediately booked my ticket, Duncan.
Oh boy.
Immediately. Told my people at work, I said, I told them the whole situation. I said, I know it's the Fablemans. I need to leave a little bit early so I can go see this movie. And they
Oh my
let
God.
me because they
They
knew.
let you.
So I get there. I sit in the theater. I'm shaking, Duncan. My hands are shaking, a little sweat, a little glistening. And all of a sudden, screen darkens, the room darkens, the screen lightens up, and they play the Apple TV logo. And Steven Spielberg's new movie is not an Apple TV movie.
No, it
The
isn't.
movie they played was not 2 hours and 32 minutes. I think it was like maybe 2 hours max. So they lied. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. You cannot convince me. They did not know what they were doing. Regal, I love you, but you did a boy dirty this time, okay?
And
And
you just
I will
told them to
not.
sponsor us.
So please still sponsor us, Regal. I know you're losing money and you probably don't have it.
We want to be regal boys.
We want to be Regal boys.
We'll be your regal boys.
I will vlog in the middle of Regal.
They might not like that.
They might not, but that's okay. Anyway, I watched the Apple TV. All this to say, I watched the Apple TV Plus movie Spirited with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. And Duncan, I just got to say that was quite delightful. Even though it wasn't the Steven Spielberg masterpiece, which I will talk about next month, The Fablemans, I thought that Spirited, it's a fun musical comedy. And you know what? You're probably thinking Will Ferrell in a musical. I don't know about that, but you know what? It works. He sings the songs. I added the some of the songs from the soundtrack to my Spotify playlist called Frank's Christmas Jams with a Z, of course. I listened to that crap all throughout the month of November and December. I loved it. And I think Spirited, obviously no one's going to watch it now because what is it when this comes out? April. You don't want to watch a Christmas movie, but maybe you do. You know what? Watch Spirited. Who am I to tell you how to live your life? It's fun.
Frank,
it's great. It's over the top.
Frank.
This movie is genuinely pretty funny. Like I cackled a few times in the theater.
You're telling me a Christmas movie with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds came out last year?
A few months ago, yeah.
I've never heard of this.
No, it's so good. You got to watch it. You'll love it.
Was it marketed at all?
Baby, it's a movie on streaming. Nothing gets marketed when it's on streaming. They just drop it and then it gets lost.
Yay! Movie making is dead.
My heart's broken. I don't even want to. But Spirited is a great movie. Again, I didn't even know it was a thing till I watched the damn movie, and I was like, okay, from the opening scene, I did not know it was going to be a Christmas movie, and that like the first shot, I was like, oh, this is like a horror movie. What is it? No, it's a Christmas movie. It's good. It's good.
Wow. Well, I guess I'll try to find it if I ever get Apple TV.
Get Apple TV. Get it this November when Martin Scorsese's new movie comes out, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Stop
I
doing
am
free
so
press for
excited.
him.
I am so excited for that movie. I am so excited.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan, what did you watch?
Yeah, good question. I watched Candyman,
The new one
the new
or the
one.
old? I haven't seen this.
This movie, pretty middle of the road.
Oh,
Um, very interesting how in all of the Candy Men movies, I guess that's how you refer to all of them. Um, it's a history of black violence and white people torturing black people, and the Candyman represents this kind of force of nature that returns, and it's this one is about I can't even talk about it without fully spoiling it, but it is very
I do want to see
interesting.
this one.
Highly recommend.
Okay. You
Amazing
said it was middle
actors.
of the road, but now you highly recommend.
Well, here's the thing. I don't get it. Um, like the movie ended and I wasn't quite sure what it was trying to say. The credit sequence told me a lot. Like what they do in the
Okay.
end credits, like I was enjoying that. But other than that, with the rest of the movie, I didn't find like an A, B, C. Like
Yeah. I get that. I feel that. I've been there before, but I don't know.
where's
I want to watch
there?
like with the in that mindset with a movie where I'm like, oh, I definitely enjoy this, but I don't get it.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I felt with the Adam Sandler movie Big Daddy. No. I tried to make that was such a bad joke. I didn't even get a reaction out of you. You just looked confused. Have you
Was it
seen
a
Big Daddy
no?
with Scuba Steve? You would like it.
I don't get the joke.
You've never seen the movie? It's not a joke. The Adam Sandler movie Big Daddy.
Well, but what was that a joke in reference to?
Because it's like a silly comedy film. There's no deeper meaning to it. And I was like, oh, that movie was too
You
smart for
just
me.
had to name a
You have
movie
to make me
and you
explain
picked.
the joke. It was not a funny joke. We should have just moved past it, Duncan.
Well, let's do it now. Let's move past it now. Talk about something you watched.
Um, I like that guy Edgar Wright. Oh, look at that! I have the poster for his movie Last Night in Soho behind me because I like the guy, but I haven't seen a whole ton of his movies. So I watched two this month, and I'm going to talk about them right now. Have you seen the movie The World's End?
Yes.
Fantastic. It's basically about a bunch
Amazing.
of old friends who get back together to do a bar crawl, but then it turns out it's at the end of the world. So like the world is being destroyed, it's being taken over. There's an apocalypse, but they have to continue the bar crawl. This movie's silly. It's over the
Such a
top.
great premise.
It's everything you want it to be. The fight scenes are hilarious. Um, I don't want to spoil anything. I had no idea what this movie was about going into it, and the scene when you find out that there's an apocalypse happening is so out of
It's
nowhere and
so
left field.
funny.
And it is the funniest thing if you don't know what you're getting yourself into. I highly recommend it. Um, that's all I'll say. And then the other one I watched was Shaun of the Dead, which I absolutely loved. I'm a sucker for a good zombie movie, and this one delivered.
So you
Um,
had never seen these.
no, you know what I
Wow.
love about Edgar Wright's specifically these two movies
Mhm.
is the balance between like, oh, I'm cracking a joke, and then the physical comedy is hilarious. There's a scene in Shaun of the Dead where one of the characters has to run past all these backyards, and he's jumping over these fences. And for the first two fences, he's like struggling to get over them. But then when he goes down over the second one, they swap out the actor with like a professional gymnast, and he runs up to the third fence and does like a triple flip over it. And the fight is just out of nowhere. It's so funny.
It's
Like I
great
don't know who
comedy.
thinks of that. I absolutely love this movie. I can't wait to revisit it. I think if I was ever making a comedy, I would reference these films. Like they're so good. The humor feels so unique. And it's just
Hmm.
something you don't see a lot in Hollywood. So I highly recommend it.
That's very true. Unfortunately, you're about 10 years too late because every person who's gone through film school has been referencing those three movies: Hot Fuzz,
Yeah,
Shaun of the
but not
Dead, The
not
World's End.
well. So not
Well, of
wow.
course, not well.
Um, I have 9 movies left. How many do you have?
Probably the same. I'm not counting. You should go again.
Oh, okay, I'll go again. Um,
Oh, no, wait. I can knock one off. Barbarian.
oh, so good. So good.
So good.
Guys, HBO Max is streaming. Watch Barbarian as soon as you can. As soon as you can.
Okay, no more talking about it. We've talked about it way too much.
I mm, I love Barbarian. Um, I watched this really cool indie film, and it's a movie that came out last year. I think it was like a January 2022 movie.
Okay.
I remember when I was working at the movie theater, it came out, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool poster." And then I never watched it, and I saw it on streaming. I'm like, "I'm gonna check it out." And it's this little mob film, and the whole thing takes place in like a tailor shop, and it's called The Outfit. And I
Hmm.
thought this movie was so freaking good. Like I was immediately just sucked into this world. Um,
You got
it's one of
immediately
those ones
sucked.
I really want to like just talk about every excruciating tiny detail of the movie because I loved it so much, but I also don't want to give anything away. All I will say is you guys really should seek this one out. I absolutely loved it. Um, Top-notch performances, a great story, fun little. If you like the twists and
Hmm.
the turns, baby,
Ooh, I
this has
do.
the twists and the turns. So
What hashtag streaming service is it available on?
it's on hashtag Amazon Prime, and I think it's hashtag streaming on Peacock.
Well, there you go. I'll watch
Yeah.
it there.
Peacock, you're gonna.
Don't do it. Swear to God, don't do it.
I won't. Oh, it's on Peacock.
Oh,
So
lovely.
stream it on the cock. It's um
Whew.
speaking of streaming it on the actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that for this movie. It's a movie that is streaming on Peacock.
Oh my God.
Um, well, do I just talk about it?
Yes, you do.
Oh shit. This is such a bad transition into this movie because it's actually a serious movie. Um, it I watched the movie She Said, which is about like the Harvey Weinstein stuff that
Harvey
happened in
Weinstein, yeah.
Hollywood. Now you know why this transition was pretty rough. Um,
Right.
and this movie treats it with the seriousness that it deserves. And I thought the movie obviously talked about very graphic encounterings and stuff. And I think
Hmm.
the way they went about, they don't show anything, which I think was
Good.
good, a really good decision.
Hmm.
But like there's scenes where people are talking about how an encounter happened in a hotel room and it's just showing a hotel room with like an unmade bed and like
Okay.
it's enough to like just make you feel disgusting inside like oh my god.
It's good they
And
didn't
so
kind of glamorize the abuse. I
yeah,
was,
no, this movie definitely doesn't glamour, and I was a little skeptic because I was like really, I mean, Hollywood kept this guy in power for so long and now they're trying to capitalize off of it. But it doesn't, the movie doesn't feel like it's coming from a bad place, and I feel like it easily could have, and I'm very happy about that. This movie I thought was going to be nominated for Oscars, but again, no marketing. It tanked in theaters. Nobody saw it. Seek this one out. This is a movie that's very hard to watch. It will make you guys uncomfortable, but it's a good thing to watch. It's a very good thing to watch. Um, and I highly recommend it.
yeah, I agree.
Duncan, what did you watch?
I watched Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Also watched Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Fuck, what a good movie.
What a
I
great
loved it.
movie. My Bologna. So good. So good. Did you
I
like
didn't
that?
know you were going to do that so loud. I need warning, man.
I thought this. Tell me what you thought. I've talked enough. I'm gonna drink some water.
Yeah, you do that. The okay, so of course, everyone, you know who Weird Al is, unless you're young and you don't. Um, Notorious parody artist. And he has a very interesting life in real life. So you would expect that an autobiography would be, or a biopic would be really good, but it's a parody. He parodies Bohemian
Biopic.
Rhapsody with his own biopic.
And I love that they marketed this movie though, as I thought it was actually gonna be
Oh, it was so
a
genius.
biopic on Weird Al.
So smart.
And it's just like it's the biggest like, oh yeah, that makes sense. This makes sense. And I feel stupid for not thinking it was gonna be this way the whole time.
It's he did it again. The madman. He got away with it.
I
I will
remember when I was a oh, continue.
I just wanted to say I think Daniel Radcliffe did an amazing job as Al Yankovic, but I wish the movie made him do more because I feel like
That's fair.
he was a passenger for a lot of scenes.
That's fair. I could see that, but I really enjoyed it. I think Daniel Radcliffe though was perfect casting. Um,
100%.
this movie brought me back to when I was a young boy, and I used to illegally download Weird Al Yankovic songs on my MP3 player, and then I'd walk around school listening to the his parody of "I Want It That Way," but it was I bought on eBay. I thought that was the funniest thing in the world. Um, so you can just imagine a little fourth grade Frank walking around the halls listening to that.
Oh,
And then the teacher says, take those earbuds out of your ears, boy. We're here to stomp on your imagination.
like the good old American public education system.
Hell yeah, baby. I thought this movie was really funny. I mean, there's a scene where he has to take down Pablo Escobar. Like it just gets so out of hand.
There's a scene where he
And
gets down and dirty with I forgot her name. Madonna.
yes,
Evan Rachel Wood as Madonna.
yes.
Incredible.
It is. This movie's incredible, guys. You can watch this movie for free too. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
I thought
free
was really cool. This
on
movie's free.
Roku.
Roku, Roku
No, you
sponsor us.
Roku.
Um, I don't know. I feel like I was about to take this off on a wild tangent.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to now,
Oh.
but I feel like this is somewhat a tangent. So have I taken the podcast off on a tangent or no?
Well, it's not a wild one.
I watched Enola Holmes too.
Frank, for the love of God, tell me what you thought of it.
I thought Enola Holmes too. First of all, I gotta say, I loved the first Enola Holmes movie, but I thought they should have had more of Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes in it. And this movie, they said Netflix, they heard my prayers, and they gave us more. They gave us more Henry Cavill in this, and he's phenomenal. I kind of just want a Sherlock Holmes movie in this universe with Henry Cavill.
Yeah, sure. Um,
This movie, I have to spoil a little bit though. Enola Holmes too.
I don't think that was the point of the movie. I'm just gonna jump in and say
What?
Henry Cavill.
It, it wasn't the point, but it was nice to have.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But this movie has the most brutal death scene I've ever seen in any movie.
What? Enola
Yeah.
Holmes 2?
Enola Holmes 2 has the most brutal death
There's
scene.
no way that's true.
Spoil it. I grabbed my groin in pain just watching this. In the movie, the final battle fight takes place on a stage where they do plays and stuff. And
Okay.
Enola Holmes is fighting a dude. And what's the pulley system called? Where they have stuff go up and down sandbags and all that.
A lever? I don't know.
Anyway, this guy, Enola Holmes cuts the rope on one of that,
Okay.
and this guy that she's fighting, a plank of wood that he's standing across goes up, gets him in the man bits, and then he goes up, up, and again all the pressure's on his man bits, and he flies up and he hits the ceiling, and but his man bits must have gotten destroyed. So I just grabbed my man bits and I was like, oh God! I couldn't believe what I was watching in Enola Holmes 2.
Enola Holmes had a dick joke and it gave you secondhand pain. Is that what I'm hearing from this?
I felt physical pain watching this movie, Duncan.
That's really funny.
I couldn't believe it. Oh my gosh. Enola Holmes 2. I recommend it. I had a good time watching it. And Enola Holmes 3, I'm ready.
There's no way that's happening.
I'm ready. I want it to. I'll go to Netflix. I'll direct it for free. I'll make Enola Holmes 3.
I don't think they're looking, buddy, but that's sweet.
I'm right here. What am I doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm writing the script for Enola Holmes 3. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Duncan, what did you watch?
Okay, one of the things I watched was Netflix's The Sandman.
I have not watched this.
Have you heard anything about it?
I knew of The Sandman beforehand, so I'm very curious what your take on it is.
I want amnesty for whatever I'm about to say next. This sucked ass.
Oh.
This sucked demigod ass. It was the most clunky.
I've heard this is really good.
You heard wrong, because I heard the same thing. And oh my God, there's one good part, which is Gwendolyn Christie as Satan. Brilliant. 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 She's in it for like 30 minutes. It's so bad. Okay, Patton Oswalt, he has only one voice. Like, he's great at it. But the bird is talking to fucking
I didn't know it was Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, he's just like,
I love Patton Oswalt.
He's so annoying as the crow.
Why?
He plays it because the crow keeps popping in everywhere, and he's like, "Friends never give up on friends."
My senior year musical in high school. I'm just like Patton Oswalt.
This told a few stories in episodic. Like 3 episodes would be one mini story. Terrible choice. You didn't get to connect with anybody. The main character's name is Dream, and he's like this gloomy, sad guy the whole time. And it's
I'm gonna watch it now. I'm gonna add it to my list and watch it now because I think you're wrong, and I have
good. It's stupid.
This is like when you're like, "Oh, Mission Impossible Fallout's a bad movie." Oh,
I would rather
try to be more like Ant-Man and the Wasp
than one more second of The Sandman.
Duncan, you hurt my soul.
You haven't even seen the movie. I don't want you defending it.
First of all, it's a TV show, Duncan.
Not the way they do it. It's all one big movie because they break it up at the weirdest moments.
I'm still excited to watch it. I still kind of want to watch it.
I'm happy for you, I guess. Is there one you can do in 3 minutes?
No, I think it's time for our break.
Well, can't argue with you there.
Alrighty, fellas. Hopefully we don't delete the second half of this episode.
Don't
stay tuned to find out.
Don't say that. That's not even funny. Welcome to part 2.
Well, should I just take us away?
Yes, please.
Well, then, in that case, I'll give you an introduction to Seymour, an introduction, which is a documentary directed by one of my favorite actors, Ethan Hawke. And it's the story about a man named Seymour, who's this piano player. And this movie I thought was very, very good because it talks about this guy who's so dedicated and in love with playing the piano but he's not this huge, well-renowned person. He's just someone who loves doing it. And they showed his my favorite scene in this movie is when they showed his apartment, and he's like, I've been living in this apartment for like 25 years. And it's like
Wow.
this tiny one-room apartment. And it's just like, oh, this guy literally only cares about playing the freaking piano. That sounds
Well,
like a really boring description of the movie,
no,
but it's really good. I highly
I'm getting
recommend
it
checking it out.
because there are some people who are just so dedicated to the one thing that it becomes
Yeah.
their lives. Really, it's really
And like
impressive.
the whole documentary, he's like, yeah, I haven't performed live in 20 years. He goes, I won't. I just don't want to.
Oh, does he just do recordings now?
No,
He's retired?
he's retired. And so the documentary basically builds up to him doing one last final performance.
Does he suck?
No, no, he's really good.
Imagine he gets up there just
He does chopsticks with the.
do 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 do. Oh my God.
But he can't quite get it.
Yeah, right.
How many
Like
more do
the
you have
last
left, Duncan?
note.
I have four more.
Oh my God, Frank, me too.
Take us away.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Thank you, my liege. I really appreciate that gift. I watched After Ever Happy.
I just like that you called me my liege. And then
Um,
you start talking about that movie.
remember the after
That's the
shows?
one. This is the fourth of the it's a Netflix series, right?
It
Movies.
sure is. It sure
And
is.
they like to get it's just about this couple doing the deed, right?
Well,
Non-stop.
that's how it starts.
That's what the
In this
what's this one
fucking
about? What's the
movie,
plot?
I'll tell you what the fucking plot is. You're gonna lose your mind.
I love this.
The the guy Harden, the Harry Styles stand-in.
I forgot his name is Harden.
So the girl is over at his apartment at like the last third of the movie, and she finds a journal and she reads it, and it's the whole series.
Wait,
He
the last third of the movie, the plot starts?
he's been writing all of these movies. The whole
Wait,
the whole series is based on his interpretation of these events.
but what does she say they're not true or what?
Yes. She's like, what the fuck is this? You're taking liberties and like writing about my life and it's invasive. And he goes on a book tour.
Oh.
He wrote the past three movies. He wrote the franchise and it ended with a to be continued. I can't fucking take it.
I thought it was going to be the last one.
Yeah, they lied. They're splitting it
So
into
wait,
two.
what what happened in the first two-thirds of the movie?
I don't fucking know. They broke up and got back together again. She moved to New York and then he followed her probably. Like, ugh, it's such a terrible, terrible, terrible movie.
Why do you watch them?
Well, I have to. I need to know what happens to Hardin and Tessa.
Harden. Oh God. Um, well, is that all you have to say on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a typical rom-com until it turns into a fucking Saw trap movie.
Well, I watched I saw such a great movie in the theaters. Um, and it takes place in one room. I love these movies that take place mostly in one room.
Me
They're
too.
my favorite. And this was the movie The Menu. Have you seen The Menu?
I've seen The Menu twice.
Oh, I love The Menu.
This
The
movie is
Menu
fucking good.
is so good. It's essentially a bunch of rich people stuck in this room. They think they're being served this fancy dinner, but really they're served something else. And this movie just messes with your mind the whole time.
It does.
And I love the menu.
It's really astounding to me how they
So the actress Hung Chow, she was in this movie, she was in The Whale, and
Mhm.
she was in, and you need to watch this because you will love it, the HBO limited series Watchmen. And she's phenomenal. That's when I first saw her. She's phenomenal in it. Duncan, you need to watch it.
Frank, I didn't want to spoil this for you, but I've seen Watchmen
When did you watch it?
like January.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, I cannot wait for the January episode.
Not to take away from the menu, but I
Oh
just
yeah,
said
the menu's phenomenal.
so good. Every
Just real
character
quick, on a
is
scale of
so
1 to 10, how
good.
much did you love Watchmen?
You want me to spoil it?
Yeah, I do.
I can't let you know that. I can't tell you.
I love Watchmen. Okay. What'd you think of Lube Man? Okay, never mind. We'll continue. The Menu, I think it's on HBO Max. Watch it. I saw this in a theater. I was laughing my ass off because I'm a sicko with
It's a comedy. It's a satire horror. It's really
oh, it's
good.
pretty funny. You guys watch The Menu. This is one of those movies I don't want to say any more other than what I've just said. I feel like I already gave too much away.
Anya Taylor-Joy is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone
Nicholas
who watch it, be sure to tell her that Frank said hi.
Ralph Fiennes.
I don't think that's how you pronounce his name.
I think that's it's Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes. How's it pronounced, Mr. Hollywood? What's it called? Oh, you go to his house every Tuesday.
No, I just
What's
think
his
you should keep calling him Ralph.
Ralph Fiennes? I don't get. Now I gotta look it
No,
up.
just keep calling him that, please.
Is it Ralph Fiennes? Yeah, his name's Ralph Fiennes.
That's how it's spelled.
What am I saying wrong? Ralphfiennes.
That is how
Ralph Fiennes.
it is spelled.
Raphael Fiennes. Is that what you want me to say?
No, you have to hear any video where they say his name and you'll hear it.
Okay. Well, Duncan, what did you watch?
It's Ray Fiennes.
It's Ralph Fiennes.
It's Ray Fiennes.
Then why is it spelled Ralph?
The L is silent and the H trails it off.
The dumbest thing. I think, isn't Ray Fiennes? I'm so confused. What?
Welcome to the Ray Fiennes segment of the show, everybody. This is a reoccurring segment.
Oh, the menu. John Leguizamo.
Him too. He was pretty good.
I love John Leguizamo.
Is that all you gotta say?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What are you looking at?
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm about to be the greatest. Do you know? Wait a minute. Wait. Oh my God. Distract the audience. Duncan, I swear to God, if this is true, say something. Talk to
I
the
have
audience.
no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what's about to happen.
Oh my gosh.
This could be anything. With Frank, could be anything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is not making good podcast audio. Anyway, the menu is very good. Nicholas Hoult is in it, and he plays a very good character with a nice twist. He was also Beast in the X-Men relaunch.
Yes! I found a lady. The guy who plays Harden is the nephew of Ralph Fiennes. It's his nephew.
That sentence.
I don't know if this is true or
Hold
not because I'm
on.
on BuzzFeed, but it looks like it's his nephew.
Hold on.
Hero Fiennes is the nephew of actor Ralph
Oh
Fiennes.
fuck. Yeah.
Holy crap. Duncan, this episode had our worst transition and our best one ever.
Who cares that Harden is Ray Fiennes' fucking nephew or something? Who cares? Oh, Voldemort and Harden. Bleh. Like, who gives a shit?
I don't know. I saw the guy and I was like, wait, that guy looks familiar. And then I clicked and then I saw Fiennes as the last name and I clicked it. And then I was like, I saw the before, after, whatever the hell.
I can't downplay it. That's pretty fucking cool.
Oh my God.
We just went full circle twice, baby. That's good.
That was great. Well, the menu's phenomenal. I highly recommend checking it out. Duncan, what did you watch?
I watched Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities.
I watched 2 episodes of this and I never finished it. How was it?
I wish I did what you did.
Oh, I
Unfortunately,
couldn't get into them too much, which bums me
unfortunately,
out. We will talk later because I don't want to put the man down about Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio in a later
A
episode.
plus.
Hmm. Hmm. What
This though
Cabinet of
sucks.
Curiosities? I don't want to say that because I mean there was a lot of I appreciate the craftsmanship of what I saw, but
True.
yes,
I
you could
think
definitely
the
tell.
no, you go.
We just did that awkward Zoom thing of oh who goes.
No,
You
you
could tell there
go.
was a lot of passion and craftsmanship put into it. I don't want to belittle that.
That's very true. I think the parts at the beginning when he's doing the like the Twilight Zone intro where he's talking about
Oh
like
yeah, like
I
little
think
Rob
those are
Serling thing.
the best parts of the whole thing
At
because
puberty, did you hear that?
yeah,
I
yeah,
love that.
I okay, whatever. Um these were short stories in each episode and the whole point is that at some point a Guillermo del Toro ass monster is going to like come out of somewhere. And it's the Cabinet of Curiosities, so it's mystery. Um it's 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 so simple. Like the lessons of the episodes are like be nice or look after your little sister. But they just take 45 minutes to tell you that. There is one standout that's my favorite. It's about the grave digger who
Yes,
who digs in that tunnel. That's a good one.
that was a really good one. That was near the beginning. I think that might have been the first episode.
Probably. Um,
Um,
the rest just I
Speaking of TV, I have to pitch you something.
oh, okay.
The month of April, I forget which day, the final season of Better Call Saul comes out on Netflix. You
Okay.
are to watch that as soon as possible. I would be down to do a whole episode just on it.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, everyone, you knew you wouldn't get through a whole episode without Frank mentioning Better Call Saul. So
I
hit that
love Better
bingo
Call
card.
Saul.
Anyway,
Um,
Cabinet of Curiosities. Watch it if you're as curious as that cabinet.
Alrighty. Um, well, Duncan, this Thanksgiving, I went to a movie theater and I watched Glass Onion. I was trying to think of a funnier way to say that, but I couldn't think of one, so I just told you what happened. And Glass Onion, pretty damn good.
Pretty
Not as good as
fucking
the
good.
first Knives Out, but I really, really liked Glass Onion.
I think it's equal.
Okay,
I don't think it's better or worse. I think it is a lateral movement.
that's fair. I think this one's a little more sillier, and for me, that was like, okay, I liked it, but as far as rewatchability, I'd probably rewatch the first one before I watch this one again. I did see this movie twice. I really enjoy it. It's so well done. Rian Johnson, come back to Star Wars. I'm sorry for how they treated you. Um, I liked Glass Onion a lot. I really don't know what to say beyond it because it's one of those movies.
I think everyone
I'll
is
have other stuff to say
at this point. I'm
about
pretty
it.
sure like everybody's watched it.
Yeah. Um,
Everyone's good in it.
it's good. It subverts expectations right where you want it to, and yeah, I enjoyed Glass. I don't know. I can't. Do you have anything you want to say about Glass Onion?
Go women.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Duncan, what did you watch?
I there had to be a really bad movie in here. I watched Falling for Christmas.
I don't know what that is.
Picture this. Lindsay Lohan.
Yes, yeah, I know what this is. I know
Yes,
what this
yeah.
is.
Lindsay Lohan in this movie plays a rich, spoiled brat type character who
That
her
must have been hard.
Instagram famous fiance takes her up to the top of a mountain to propose, but it's windy. So her skis slide and she falls down an entire mountain.
Is it
There's nowhere
hilarious?
she lives. It's not played for jokes. Like she's dead, but not really because
Oh,
they okay, the whole point is that she stumbles into this sleepy little like town and she meets like this inn manager who takes her in and like oh, it was memory loss. She loses her memory, and
oh, yeah,
so
that'll do it.
it's like she used to be rich and spoiled, but then she learns how to be one of the simple folk. And then like the fiance finds her. Oh my God. You know, the guy, the inn manager, he was in Glee. His name is Cord Overstreet.
I, the character or the person?
The person.
Woof.
His
I,
name is Cord.
I don't know anything about that, but
You don't know about Cord?
I don't know about Glee or Cord.
Google Cord for me.
Cord from Glee.
You're gonna want to see it. It's an unforgettable face.
Oh yeah. My sister used to watch Glee. I seen this man on the telly.
There you go. That's Cord. He was in a
Okay.
singing show and his name is Cord. Is that suspicious to you too?
Yeah. I think he did it on purpose. He
Yeah.
was also in the 2009 movie The Hole.
Well, that explains a lot about him. Anyway, the movie.
I don't know anything about that movie. I've never heard of it before, but I mean the poster looks like um
Anyway,
it's got
falling
an
for
81% on Rotten Tomatoes. Look at that. Get
anyway,
it, Cord.
falling for Christmas. It's not great, but I felt happy for Lindsay Lohan the whole time because you could tell she was having fun.
Well, that's good. As long as Lindsay had fun.
What did you watch, Frank?
I watched Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Ooh, I have seen this.
This movie had a lot going
Where?
against it. And you know
What do you
what?
mean?
I have not liked a good chunk of the Marvel stuff that has come out recently. But I'll be damned, Duncan. I had a good time at the movies watching Wakanda Forever. And this movie does everything that I hate that Marvel does. Does not really focus on the story too much. The story's a mess. And it's constantly trying to set up spin-offs for Disney Plus and
Right. Yeah,
whatever
of
that.
course.
Um, but it works surprisingly pretty well in this movie in a way that it doesn't feel out of place. It just kind of feels. I will say this. I feel like the Marvel movies feel like what I really like about this franchise, and I used to feel this way about Thor, but Thor lost this with the past two incarnations. Is I like that it feels like its own corner of the world that can play into the greater MCU because that's what makes it feels unique. That's what makes it feel special. And everything kind of just seems like, oh, it's in the same spot, same blah 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 blah. There's nothing special, nothing tangible, nothing that you can grab on. I like seeing these characters in their little corner of their own world, and then they come out to the greater world, and that's they have something to contribute from their world and pass on. I think that's what makes this work. And I feel like because they had that, I was more open to the set up of spin-offs because again, it felt like its own thing, but it was able to tie in into the greater Black Panther universe. I think what they did with Shuri in this movie was very hard. I think what they did with Angela Bassett in this movie, I was not expecting at all.
Mm,
But I first risky and ballsy is how to do
yes,
what they
absolutely.
did with that character in this movie. I don't want to spoil anything. And I thought they pulled it off perfectly. I thought the way they handled the passing of Chadwick Boseman was done perfectly. It doesn't tributize it too hard, but it gives the audience enough closure to be
Just
able to
enough.
move on, move forward, while still keeping the spirit and memory of the character alive and the actor.
I would go as far as to say that this was the best Marvel movie since Infinity War or Endgame.
Okay, I could see that.
Whatever phase we're in now, like it's
That marked the end of Phase 4, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania marked the beginning of Phase 5.
are we in phase five?
We're in Phase 5, baby.
A whole
5.
phase happened and I
A
missed it.
whole frickety diggity phase happened, my dude.
I mean, like Moon Knight was good. I enjoyed that, but Wakanda Forever was easily like it was a good movie, and I
For
feel
me,
like
Multiverse of Madness is top of the Phase 4, but this is up there for
Multiverse
sure.
of Madness happened in Phase Four.
Yeah, baby.
That was good too. I can't remember. I This is why I've fallen off the wagon so hard.
Everything after Endgame up until now has basically been Phase 4. Ant-Man and the Wasp was the only Phase 5 that came out.
Are they going to end at Phase Five and
Baby,
Six?
they're never ending. They're gonna
What do
keep
you?
going.
I
They're
can't
gonna milk
handle
it.
many more phases, Frank. Anyway,
Um,
Wakanda Forever, really, really good. I've seen.
Marvel's like my teenage son, always going through these phases. That was a stupid joke. I'm just keep on doing stupid jokes. I don't even know what that was. Oh, geez.
That was the rare kind of joke where it's not funny when you're doing it, but then like a minute, like a second after, it's funny.
Oh, God. Oh,
Oh my God, you disturbed the cat.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cat.
Oh my God. All right. Well, was that your last one?
I got one more, and I'm
Oh, so do I.
okay. What did you watch?
Frank,
I
don't
think we
say.
have the same thing. I think we have the same thing.
No, I don't think we do.
Oh, okay.
Don't say I never do nothing for you. I watched Old.
Yes! Manoj Night Shyamalan never loses, baby. He never freaking loses.
This is the movie about the beach that makes you old.
I loved Old.
I was on
Duncan,
board the whole time. I actually I I oh my God.
yes! I love Old.
I think the hate this movie got was way unnecessary. Like
Yeah.
it's it's by no means
Shyamalan
an
goes for the
Oscar
B
contender,
movie vibe. That's what he wanted.
and he's
Okay?
delivering. Hmm.
And once you accept that, you realize, oh, this movie's great. This movie, the way it's shot too, no one shoots anything. I was gonna say a movie, but he serve it on TV, chef's kiss. No one shoots stuff like Shyamalan. The scene where they're playing freeze tag, I sometimes just go back and watch it. The way it's shot, I've never seen anything shot like that. I'm just like, this is incredible. And I feel like
I
his
don't remember that part.
oh, it's so good. But what he has contributed to filmmaking is so freaking underappreciated, and it pisses me off. And people are like, oh, but the last airbender. First of all, do your homework, bitch. That wasn't his fault. Okay. Sorry. I don't like to swear on this
I
podcast,
don't
but
think I've ever heard you use that word. And you used it so like punctual. Oh my God.
I love M. Night Shyamalan. I will defend that man to the end of the earth. The internet has put him through too much,
Agreed.
and I will not stand for it.
I think Old was just if you go into it expecting that campy B movie time, it does not
So good.
disappoint.
It's so good.
When she's climbing the cliff, I was like, I knew what was gonna happen,
Oh
obviously,
yeah.
but you're watching it and you're just like, when's it gonna happen?
Knock at the Cabin. That'll be in the January episode.
Right.
or February. Was it January or February? Life is a bubble.
Life is a bubble?
So good. Best Knock at the Cabin has my favorite M. Night Shyamalan cameo in it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the best one.
I didn't
Um,
know that was something people could have favorites of.
well, I do. So there you go.
Frank, send us home. What do you got?
All I can do. Duncan, oh my God. This was my second favorite thing that was on television of
Oh.
2022. Better Call Saul, the final season, obviously number one.
Uh-huh.
A pedestal, a monument of television. This is such a close second. I absolutely love this show. It literally ended. I'll tell you, I remember the day. So I watched the entire show. And then Thanksgiving Day, I came home from seeing that Glass Onion. I cooked myself a nice Thanksgiving meal. And then I turned on my TV and they were playing this on TV. And I ended up rewatching the whole series in like a week. And that was the
Wow.
first season of Andor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I never thought the Star Wars franchise would go there, but they did. I love the way that all the worlds are fleshed out every corner. I mean, Star Wars has always kind of been reliant on the big pew, 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 pew. But
Right.
no, I wasn't waiting for that. I was waiting for Mon Mothma to go in, give her daughter a hug, and tell her she loved her. Like, that's what I was waiting for.
Right.
Genevieve O'Reilly is Mon Mothma. The fact that she's back and she's killing it in this role.
You can't even say back because in the movie she was in, she was like, who? Just like someone in a
Well, she
white
played
cloak?
Mon Mothma on she's not even in the movie. She's in a deleted scene of in Revenge of the Sith. That's when she was cast. They brought her back for Rogue One, so she's in one scene in Rogue One, and then she was on Rebels as Mon Mothma. But
Andor, like you could throw out the Star Wars logo on it and it would still be a phenomenal show. Like,
it's so good.
and
I
can I
love the
say
character
something?
work they did with Cassian and his mother Marva. Oh my God, I freaking loved their relationship so much, and it was so gut wrenching. Luthen Real, oh
Every
my God,
character is
Stellan
good.
Skarsgård as Luthen Real is my favorite. Might be one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters. The
Yeah.
scene in Episode 2 where he's on his ship and he's going from like the rebel to the congressman and he's putting on the wig and he's getting into the
And he's
character.
cracked it.
Oh my God, it was cinema, Duncan. It was cinema. I absolutely loved it. I couldn't believe what I was watching every week with Andor. I was like, how is this? How did they allow this to happen? It was melting my mind. Rumor has it that this year at Star Wars Celebration, a bunch of people are going to be dressing up as the prisoners on Narkina 5. And at like 3 o'clock, they're going to run around the convention floor screaming one way out. And I love that.
That sounds
The freaking
annoying as
prison
hell.
arc, Andy Serkis, Kino Loy, one of the greatest Star Wars characters. Oh my gosh, spoiler alert. The line I can't swim. Oh my God. I've never been that emotionally destroyed before.
Normally I'd be laughing about how seriously you're taking it,
Oh
but
my God,
I'm
it's
right there
so
with you.
good.
It's
Oh my
it's
gosh.
probably one of the best TV shows I've ever seen. It is
Yes. And you know what I love about
phenomenal.
this? They're not trying to spin off all these different things. They literally said season 2 is the last season.
Yeah,
They
they're
said
like
we
two,
have
and then we're done.
what we want to say, and it's done after season 2.
I honestly couldn't tell when the finale was going to happen because each episode felt like this huge swelling moment. Like I could rewatch this actually, and I think I
I
will.
I I just talking about. I kind of want to go. It would be my third time watching, but I
Ian
absolutely
hasn't seen it yet, so I think I'm gonna watch it with him.
so good. It is so good. But I mean, I could ramble on for hours about any Star Wars project, but Andor has such a special place in my heart. I never thought we would get anything like that
I
in
have one
Star
more
Wars.
thing to add.
Yes.
I love Andor so much more because I'm currently watching The Mandalorian season 3.
I
And I know what you're gonna say. It's for different corners of the fan bases.
it
It's
is.
everyone gets their thing. But dude, I miss the Andor writing.
I miss Andor while watching Mandalorian a little bit too. I will not lie. I
Imagine if
still
they
love Mandalorian. I don't want to talk about Mandalorian right now because again, that's its own. That's the future. Um, Andor. I
Andor.
cannot wait. I feel like Star Wars is at a point right now where I don't. get excited for the shows coming out just because it's like we just get so much stuff nowadays
I
that's just
forgot
kind of like
all the shows.
it feels
Yeah,
like an obligation of, oh, of course I'm going to watch XYZ. It's not so much the novelty of getting the thing anymore, it's the quality of the thing.
true.
And that gets me excited. When I think about it, I get like Force Awakens levels of excited for Andor season 2. Like the potential it has.
I'm
Because
gonna ascend when they announce it.
I literally listen to that Andor soundtrack so much. I love the music in that
The
show. Like I
soundtrack is
love it.
perfect. It's
So
really
good.
good.
Um, I guess that's November though. I mean,
That
I
concludes
just
the
wanted to end with
Andor
that.
show. Thanks,
And I
everyone.
think this might be our longest episode we've ever done.
You
This
say
was
that all the
pretty long,
time. You say that all the
but
time.
baby, next month is our the next episode is our December episode, Duncan.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's gonna be long. It's gonna be
Oh,
long. You know why it's gonna be long, Duncan? You know why it's gonna be long?
why?
Avatar: The Way of Water, baby. It's
No.
next episode. It's next episode, baby.
God damn it, I thought I
Duncan,
had more time.
I see you.
Like,
It's happening. It's happening.
I'm already mad. I just know you're gonna talk. Oh, thanks for watching, everybody. God help us for the next episode, but tune in, hit that bell
Tune in
so
for
you
the three
know.
and a half hour special Avatar Fableman's deep dive of the Mr. Movies podcast.
I'm scared because I don't think you're joking.
I'm not. I'm not. It's gonna be so good.
All right,
Oh my
everyone.
gosh.
I appreciate you
Like,
listening.
subscribe, hit the bell, comment. How
All the
excited are you
things.
to meet a fanboy on Avatar: The Way of Water?
That's the last note you want to end on?
Yeah.